Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
Pokemon's huge everywhere around the world. I mean, I've been a fan of it, well, since as long as I can remember. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Um, so what's your favorite things about Pokemon? Like, conventions, the shows, everything that comes with it.
Um, I really enjoy the conventions, and they seem to be like 80% Pokemon, even if it's a whole nother thing. It's
Yeah.
80% of, like, at least the vendors are Pokemon vendors. I'm going to a convention next month called Collecticon, and it's
Oh,
supposed to be a collector's convention. And I did one. They already are in their second one. They've doubled in size, and they were like 95% Pokemon. They
wow.
had the Pokemon streamers. They had grading companies. They had the YouTube celebrities of Pokemon, like the King Collector and Real Breaking Nate, I think, was there, and some other Pokemon people.
Wow.
The Pokemon cosplay contest. They just do all this stuff under the heading of collectors, but it's all mostly Pokemon collector. It was like 3 or 4 sports collector people there with their
Yeah.
sports cards. So I really enjoy the live interaction with people. Secondly, it's the Pokemon Facebook card collecting communities. I just
Okay.
did a couple posts thanking them because they are people that are they're not just fans of Pokemon, they're fans of the cards and the value of the cards, and therefore they recognize my value as on autographing the cards, which I do right here. I have all my cards
Oh,
that I
nice.
autograph. I got a new Gyarados and a 25th anniversary Pikachu,
Oh, wow.
and I have now card collectors all around the world that get the cards from me and even sell them on their own websites. Dan's Pokestop is the UK official distributor, and he's got cards that I sign. This is like a simple Pikachu card, but a couple last July, and this is only since last July, I put up a Pikachu on a Facebook ad, an Instagram ad, and all of a sudden I got all this response, and then I discovered the card collecting community, and they just reached out to me, and they taught me about the collecting world that I had no idea about. And there's events that are now being scheduled on the Facebook groups. I
Okay.
go on a Facebook group and I'll sing and perform and sign cards, and then send the cards to the Facebook group
Yeah.
moderator, and then he'll send the cards out. He collects the payments and send the cards out to all of his fans, his people in his group that are thrilled that I'm on this little group of like 100, 200 people. But the groups also go all the way up to tens of thousands of
Oh,
people.
wow.
So and they're all just people passionately engaged in it, and they're the people that collected the cards back in the day, so they understand the value, and they've got access to all the really cool stuff, the OG cards and the stuff. I mean, just the card collecting community is like, it's endless amount of cards from.
Yeah.
There's card groups that are just Japanese cards, card groups that are just Wizards of the Coast cards, and card groups that are just old school, card groups that are just Pikachus, every single possible thing. It's like what I said before about the individualism. Everybody comes at it from a different level, and that group is just completely inspired me to build my jasonpage.com store up with all the cards that I offer. And now it's gotten into, they even introduced me to my own cards
That is cool.
that I could have made. That's the trainer card. And then and the other 2 cards are already sold out of, but I made 200 of these metal
Oh, wow.
Jason Page Silver Edition 25th anniversary
That is
cards.
cool.
This is the second series already. The first series were gold ones, and I sold them for $100, and they're online now in secondary. I sold 100, and I was like, I only kept like a couple for myself, for my mom and some friends.
Yeah.
But the secondary market's already got them at $400. So it's crazy. So I made 200 of these. And so it's just understanding value. So I think because they're collected, and now they have these cards from their childhood that they didn't pay anything, their mom bought for them.
Yeah.
They now have that value to reinvest in new cards that they understand the value of. And then the grading organizations that grade them and bump them up to the next level. And then they can resell them, and they're putting their kids through college. They're starting businesses. They are the biggest generator of value in the Pokemon ecosystem that I've seen so far. The
Oh yeah.
Pokemon Go community is also pretty good, but they're not really generating value. They're just paying Pokemon
Oh
for
yeah.
stuff. They're not like
Yeah.
starting. The streamers are, some of the streamers are, and some of the people that sell, knowledge about how to catch Pokemon Go, and some of the event producers. But I guess there's a lot of value there too. It's just they don't find me as valuable as the card collecting
Yeah. Of
community
course. Yeah. Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So I don't find them as valuable, even though I did a Pokemon Go song. Go, Pokemon Go, you can find them everywhere, with a great dance beat. It's an amazing song. And I put it out to the Pokemon Go community, and I thought they would freak out, and I would sell 100,000 copies in a day. And they're just not, it's not
Oh,
catching
okay.
on for
Right.
some reason. Even though the song is amazing, I think it's even better than the theme song. And it's all about Pokemon Go, and how imagination is your best friend, and
Yeah.
all the great things about Pokemon I tried to put into that song.
All right.
And then the final community that I've just come to understand that is amazing is the store owners. Many of them were the card collecting community that I discovered, but they also have stores.
Yeah.
And just recently, I've been going into the stores. So if you have a store, I can come into your store, and then I just grab an acoustic guitar and I stroll around and sing the song in a small environment for way less money than, people are flying me into stores now
Oh wow.
to do these events and paying me, and then I sell cards to their people. But there's only like 40 or 50 people that can even handle in a day.
Yeah. Of course.
Because
Yeah.
it takes a certain amount of time. But those 40 or 50 people, and it's pretty much the same amount of people that I would get in a Comic-Con anyway, maybe 50
Yeah.
or 60 people if I'm really rushing through people. But those people get this very intimate experience, and there's no distractions from a 1,000 other things happening in the Comic-Cons. So I'm really, really enjoying the small store Pokemon collectors, and going into those environments and meeting them and seeing how they're creating value in a brick and mortar environment they're paying rent for in their communities. And they're not just online doing all kinds of stuff. This last store I went to in Dallas, just outside of Dallas, I'm going to Dallas this next weekend for a thing called Break-A-Con. It's at a store,
Okay.
and it's streamers that are partnering with the store. But last week or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I went to a store called Poke Snacks.
Oh.
It's a organic health food smoothies and treated incredible Kangen water system and other organic foods and supplements, and like a Creation Cafe. Like there's a Creation Cafe here, is one of the big chains that offers kind of the same amazing food.
Okay.
But then they make organic Pokemon cookies and organic Pokemon muffins and
wow.
different shapes of Pokemon. And then they've got a chiropractor, a massage therapist, and a garden in the back of the place. And they've got cases of Pokemon cards and figurines and games and all the Pokemon stuff that they distribute there as well. So it was just like, it blew my mind. Poke Snacks in Dallas, just outside Dallas, Fort Worth. Unbelievable. And the people were so nice, and I got to just really love this community and play, a dozen different songs and answer questions and meet everybody. And then I was trading back and forth with the kids for the cards that didn't have money, but they had all these cool cards that we traded for autographs, and they just checked every box that I could possibly imagine for like people living in a high conscious way and giving kids Pokemon and good food at the same time, because going to McDonald's and getting this trash and getting Pokemon, cards that's cool, and I'm glad McDonald's is spreading it, but they're killing people with their food. True. These people have a little pack of Pokemon cards that they put in with their smoothie and a little Pokemon cookie, and the kids go crazy and they get healthy. I was in tears leaving that place, tears of joy, because it was so cool. Anyway, those are the three major things that are amazing about the Pokemon ecosystem. Pokemon, the company itself, I've had extremely little contact with. I'd love to partner with them on something and be a part of one of their next movies or something. But
Yeah.
as of now, we haven't done anything like that.
Okay. Well, it's awesome to hear how passionate you are about Pokemon. Like, to say obviously you've only done a few songs within the actual universe, your passion is incredible, and how much you care about your fans and how much you care about everything involved with the series. So I say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
and it's they're becoming fans of me and not necessarily fans of Pokemon.
yeah,
And but I have a big responsibility because their Pokemon fanship is so deeply rooted and intensely emotionally connected. One of the main comments on my YouTube video is it brought me to tears, or I'm not crying, you're crying, and all. It's like every fourth or fifth comment is something about somebody crying
yeah,
from the nostalgic joy that they're experiencing from just watching a video. So when I meet people, if I'm a jerk or I'm an asshole or I'm not representing myself properly, I have the power to destroy somebody's like deep childhood joy
yeah,
that's inside of them. So it's like this moral responsibility and privilege beyond anything I could ever have imagined, really, to be able to unleash that and multiply that joy and sustain it and bring it out, especially in a time when there's not a lot of stuff like that bringing people that kind of joy.
yeah,
So it's the passion comes from understanding their passion, and my own passion for life. But my passion for life applies to everything that I do, as I hopefully is evident in this interview.
Oh, of course, yeah,
So I'm just going to apply it to any Pokemon person that comes up to me. And the more of them that come up to me, the more I understand the importance of it and am able to create content for Pokemon fans, on my own,
yeah,
because of my love of the fanship, not really because my love of Pokemon. I understand what it means and my interpretation, but I'm not surrounded in Pokemon figurines, or I'm not watching the TV show, and
yeah,
I'm not watch Ash, and I don't play the games really. So it's mostly the ecosystem and people's love. I did watch some tournaments happening with the games, and you really need, it's a major investment to really figure out
oh,
how to do
yeah,
those things, to
yeah.
do it. So, and I do play Pokemon Go, but not that often. So
I haven't played Pokemon Go since I think it launched. I think I played for the first few months. It's a lot of commitment, I think, Pokemon Go. That's the only thing I'd say.
yeah, it really is. It really is. I mean, I love what's going on in it, and it's not as challenging unless you get into the deeper levels
Yeah, absolutely.
and know the Pokemon and can apply your deeper knowledge of which characters and which fire, water, and which types we're gonna do
Yeah,
things to each other. And that's great because that's the critical thinker expanding in his own way, catching Pokemon. But I don't have the time to critically.
no,
I'm too focused on giving the love to the other parts of the ecosystems to actually focus in on the game.
yeah, that's an amazing thing. It's as long as you're giving back, that's all that matters, I think. So,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously, the past, as you said, you've only recently got into Pokemon the past however many years. Do you not regret, but do you wish you had got into it a bit sooner, or do you think this has
Um,
been the right amount of time for you?
I could have gotten into it a bit sooner, and I kind of did dip my toe in by the Ron Paul Pokemon theme. I think was the
Right.
first thing that I did. It was on my resume until then, but I think that the latent love for the song was dormant until Spotify and the streaming services,
Oh,
and people had the access to the song in a more robust way,
yeah, instead
so
of
that
YouTube.
when
Yeah,
Pokemon Go came out, it kind of like it was the right technical reality to support it. If I would have tried, there's the voice actors have been doing Comic Cons since the year 2000.
yeah, of
Voice
course. Yeah,
actors that haven't worked on the show since 1998 have been doing the Comic Cons for 25 years now.
yeah,
So
understandably. Yeah, yeah,
I could have been doing that, and creating value within the ecosystem, but then I wouldn't have had. I would have been. It probably would have swelled up in the same way that it's swelling up now, with lots of opportunities popping up. and it would have eliminated the 16 years of incredible reality that I've experienced independent of Pokemon,
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
without having anything to do with the ecosystem at all, without ever even singing the song or signing any autographs until 2016. So all the other work that I've done, which is vast and varied, from Michael Jackson to, Foreigner and the Scorpions, and hundreds of jingles, commercials, and theater of all kinds, would probably not have happened, because if I would have been half as busy as I am now, I don't even have the time to do a lot of that